Hi everyone, Mel here with another life update for you all. I'm sorry I've been so useless at these updates, and I would love to say that I'll be better, but I can't promise anything, especially as we kind of come into the closing round of for when Bubba arrives. So today, or tomorrow should I say, I will be 29 weeks, which is crazy. So I am having an elective cesarean this time. So even though I technically have 11 weeks left, 11, 29. Oh, now I'm doing maths. Yeah, 11. It's actually technically 10 left because I think you kind of go the week before your due date. So we're in the home stretch. We're in the last of the double-digit weeks, and how I've been is been okay. I have been, the second trimester was a lot worse than my second trimester with Violet. I kind of had in my head that my second pregnancy was going to be so much easier than my first one. I kind of thought, oh, well, I would know what to expect. I would know, how I would be feeling about things. My body would be like adjusted to everything. Well, I mean, what a complete moron. Your body has just carried a human, even though it's been nearly 4 years since I've had Violet, or 3.5 years since my last pregnancy. It puts so much on your body. These women who pop out like 5, 6 kids, my hat goes off to you. I don't know how you do it. Your body must just be a machine, because I mean, this is the second one, and I know this is my last pregnancy, and yeah, like the things that have happened so much faster this time compared to when I was pregnant with Violet. Like, I had my sciatic nerve act up with Violet, and I got really sore hips with Violet. But it was much later in my pregnancy. It was well into the third trimester, like in the 30s, 30 weeks onwards. Well, from early on, like 24, 25 weeks, I have had such bad hips. Like, my hips have been so sore. I keep getting lightning crotch, which I never had with Violet. And my sciatic nerve has been playing up already way earlier than I had with Violet. Of course, your body's been through so much, like, to create a human, and now you're creating another human. Of course your body is going to be really sore. So yeah, so this time has been a lot more sorry, it's getting really dark. I had a phone call, and yeah. Oh, can I pump up the brightness? Yeah, there we go. Now I'm white, but like a sheet, but like a ghost, which I am in normal life. Yeah, so it's been quite the roller coaster, and not only that, I've been super hormonal, more than I ever remember being with Violet. But then I asked Myke, I'm like, I don't remember being this hormonal with Violet, and he's like, no, you pretty much were. So I'm like, oh, okay, never mind then. Obviously I forgot that part of how hormonal I was with her, but I am super emotional, like little things, little videos. I cried at a Sea Lord ad last night. I mean, and I just knew how pathetic I was being watching this ad, crying over it. And I know, but I know it's the hormones. I know how hormonal I am, emotional I am over things. Way more emotional than I ever remember being with Violet, but apparently I was emotional with Violet. So it's been quite the experience, I have to say. Sorry, I've wrote some notes and now I've lost them. This time round, especially having a toddler to run around after, is very different. Very different. You don't get the same amount of rest that you could get in your first pregnancy. I mean, this is all stuff you've probably heard before, or heard other people talk about, but it's true. I mean, Violet's really good. I can flick a movie on the TV for her in our room, and I can have a little nap, and she's really good actually about just letting me rest, which is really nice, really helpful to just her to be that little bit older, because she's 3.5 now, that she can entertain herself for parts of it, you know, sit on the bed nice and quiet so that I can have a little rest. It does make a huge difference. Yeah, so other than sore hips and being super emotional and like all the stuff that they promise you when you get pregnant, like beautiful hair and lovely nails, none of that crap has happened. I mean, I've broken out like anything on my face. I have gained all that weight back in a flash. I am feeling so swollen and plump and round already. Like my feet are already swollen. My face is like, you know, looking great. My skin looks awful. I'm really talking pregnancy up here. It's such a miracle of life, you know. It really is, but at the same time, this is the reality. It's hard. It's so hard on your body. It's hard on your relationships with your husband and your other children and stuff like that. It's a lot of work to make another human being. And this little one uses my bladder as a trampoline. Violet used to kick me up in my ribs all the time when I was pregnant with her, but this little one jumps on my bladder like there's no tomorrow. And I feel like I'm rushing to the toilet all the time because I'm like, whoa, we need to pee immediately, because that's just, you know, my bladder right there. But yeah, I mean, other than that, things are going really, really well. I got total nesting bug over the weekend, so I've set up our bassinet. My amazing mum washed and ironed. I never would have ironed them. Washed and ironed all our newborn and 0 to 3 month clothes for our bubba. So, I mean, that's the great thing about having 2 girls, is we can just recycle so many of these clothes, which is amazing. We haven't had to, you know, buy a whole nother wardrobe. So it's all been washed and put away, which is amazing. My lovely mum, wants to throw me a baby shower, which is really sweet. So that's happening next month on the 19th of September. I'll be 32 weeks pregnant at that stage. It's actually not that far away. It's like three and a bit weeks away. So New Zealand, for those of you who don't live in New Zealand, who watch my stuff, hello, we have been in lockdown due to COVID, like so many people all around the world. We have these 4 levels of lockdown. So level 1 is really chilled and relaxed. Business, you know, it's pretty much normal life to the most extent, you know, and we've been in level 1 for quite a while. We've had it really good in New Zealand, you know, 102 days, I think, without any active COVID cases, and we got really relaxed. I know I did. I know I stopped sanitizing my hands as much. I stopped, you know, doing all the things that we were meant to be doing as much, and so it was easy to just kind of get back into normal life. Well, COVID has snuck back in Auckland where I live, so we were bumped up to level 3. So level 1 super relaxed, level 2 little bit more lenient than level 3. So the rest of the country is in level 2, but Auckland is in level 3, which is a lot more strict. You know, you kind of have your bubble and then one other bubble that you can kind of connect with. If you can work from home, you need to work from home. Schools are closed. You know, it's a lot of pressure on families who need to work, mums and dads that need to work, and then still have little kids at home that they need to look after. We are really fortunate that at level 3, Violet can still go to daycare, because when we were in level 4, so we were in level 4 for 4 weeks earlier this year, that's when I was so sick as well with the pregnancy. Myke was working from home in a brand new job. He was trying to learn the ropes. I was beyond useless. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't help him. I couldn't look after Violet. So he was looking after me, looking after Violet, working full time, doing all the cooking, all the cleaning. Like, he was just a machine. It was just so awful, especially for Violet being out of routine. Like, it's amazing how not having that routine for a toddler really throws them. So the fact that she can still do daycare, her 2 days a week, is so important. It is so important for her, and for us as well, to just, for me to be able to do the work I need to do from home, is just vital. So, you know, level 3 sucks, but at the same time, I'm really grateful for the things that our government has put in place to protect us and look after us. And I don't want to get into politics. I don't want to get into, you know, what you believe of COVID and all that kind of stuff. But I am grateful to live in a country where when things start creeping up, they get onto it just like that. I know people that have lost family members overseas to COVID, and I can't imagine my parents or Violet or Mike or any of my family or friends, you know, dying from this, and knowing that we could have done more to protect them, you know. So yeah, I'm very grateful, even though it's frustrating and it's hard. I get it. I must say though that one of my concerns and fears is that we would be in lockdown, in a higher level lockdown when baby arrives, because so I think in level 4, absolutely in level 4, but I think also at level 3, like dads weren't allowed to stay at the hospital for very long. You couldn't have visitors at all. So, you know, for as long as you're in hospital or at birth care, you don't get to have visitors. So with me having an elective cesarean, I'm probably going to be there for at least 2 nights. I'm not going to go to birth care afterwards. I want to come home as soon as possible. I definitely know I will be a lot more comfortable at home than if I were to go to birth care. So yeah, it'll be however long they want me to stay in hospital and then come home. So, but I do fear that, you know, I'd be in there for 2 or 3 days by myself with not being able to see Mike or Violet in the, you know, those first few days. That would really suck. So I'm hoping by then in November we won't be in the levels like we are now. Hopefully that this lockdown has kind of, I know for me it certainly has snapped me back into reality of like, I need to be sanitizing more, you know, we're wearing masks and stuff when we go out, and we're interacting with other people and things like that. It's kind of been a good wake-up call and a reminder, so hopefully it will be like that for the rest of the country. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much life. Like, I feel like if she were to come now, we would be ready for her. I mean, the bassinet's ready, all her clothes are ready. I mean, I don't have nappies and things like that because like I said, my mum is throwing me a baby shower, and so I kind of haven't bought too much stuff this time around. I mean, I've got a lot of stuff already from Violet, obviously. There's a few things that I didn't have with Violet that I would like to have. One of them was a nursing chair, which I got in the farmer's sale, which I will insert a clip of here. Yeah, sorry, I'm not shooting this in the best light. It's kind of late and I'm shooting through the window, but this is my new rocking chair, my new nursing chair from Farmers, and I am so stoked that I get to have this chair. The cool thing about it is that when you don't want it to be a rocking chair anymore, it comes with legs. So I got it on the Farmers half price sale. I would highly recommend waiting until there is a sale, because otherwise it is just ridiculously expensive for a chair. But already with my back, it's making such a huge difference, and I'm so excited to nurse in this chair and rock Bubbas to sleep in this chair, because when you're doing it on the couch like that, the amount of times I'd like bang my back against, oh, my dog is knocking everything off the table behind me, bang my back against the back of the chair to bounce Violet to sleep. I'm looking forward to being able to not have to do that thanks to this chair. I cannot tell you how relieved I am to have that chair and how much I wish I had it with Violet. And there's a few other little things that I've put on the baby shower list that would be nice to have. And if I don't get them, that's okay. I can always buy them myself later. They're not huge big ticket items. There's one thing, it's called a baby dink, so baby and then D-I-N-K carrier. It's designed by this woman in Australia. So we've got the Ergo baby carrier, the front pack, and Mike loved wearing it. He wore it all the time with Violet. I really struggled. It really hurt my back. I really didn't find it comfortable, especially with my cesarean scar. With this one, it's kind of like there's no buckles and zips and stuff. You just wear it like a t-shirt. So, and a lot of the comments that I've seen have been that it's so much more comfortable than other carriers, especially for women with cesarean. So I'm hoping that if I don't, well, that'll help me, and if I don't get it in the baby shower, it's something that I will purchase. But yeah, I mean, other than nappies, she could come tomorrow and we would be ready to go. It's all set up, and we've got the bassinet in our room. Obviously for now that's where she'll be, and then the girls will eventually share a room. All her clothes are already in the nursery, ready to go. Yeah, it's all go now. I kind of, like I said, I had this nesting moment over the weekend, and just feel like I'm feeling ready and prepared, and I needed that. I needed a moment where I needed some control over my life, feeling like I was in control somewhere, especially with COVID, like ruining a whole lot of my work plans, and like so many people have had their plans ruined. I just needed something to kind of like feel like I was in control of. So getting everything set up for Bubba, I feel like I was in control of at least that, you know? Yeah, so that's kind of my update. I have an obstetrician appointment tomorrow. I did that awful gestational diabetes test last week, so hopefully I get to find out the results from that. But I didn't faint or vomit or pass out or anything, so here's hoping that it's all right, and hopefully my iron is looking a bit better as well. But yeah, now it's just a waiting game. Lots of napping when I can, and resting as much as I can. My husband is amazing. He's doing so much of the cooking and cleaning and just looking after us, which I just need right now because I get really sore by the end of the day. Yeah. And feel very sorry for myself. A lot of it, you know, I'm emotional, I'm hormonal, I'm all the rest of it. So yeah, I'm just really grateful though to have the caliber of people that I do in my life, you know, from my mum and my dad to Mike to Violet to our friends that look after us and look out for us. My friend Missy, who's just amazing. My sister-in-law Jo, who, you know, has been reading Violet stories on making YouTube videos for Violet, and then we read them to her at night and stuff. Like, just like, you know, just I'm just reminded of how wonderful it is to have such great people in your life. And while I wish I could see more of them at the moment, I'm grateful for Skype and for, or not Skype, who uses Skype anymore, for Facebook Messenger and for Zoom and all these things that just make it easier to stay connected to family, you know. So yeah, that's kind of it. Sorry, it's a really long, boring update to say I'm sore, I'm grumpy, I'm bloated, and we're in the last home stretch. I'm really looking forward to not being pregnant anymore. I know it'll be crazy having a newborn, but I'm looking forward to not being sore all the time. Mostly, yeah. I'll show you guys, if you want to see like how I've set up her clothes and the bassinet, if that's of interest to you. I was thinking of doing like a hospital bag video of when I get my new nappy bag. I ordered a new nappy bag. I'm very excited. Yeah, and anything else that I kind of get that I'm like, oh, this was a really great product. If that's something that would be of interest to you, then I'm happy to share it. But yeah, otherwise we're doing well. and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching and being patient with me at how useless I am at posting. But I'm doing well. Alright, I will see you all next time. Bye.